It almost ruined his life and cost him his family. For years, Raymond Harrison struggled with an urge to gamble and an addiction to sex that he says was triggered by a drug he was taking for Parkinson's disease.
I wanted to gamble. It made me feel good. Made me think that I'm going to win the big one. I'm going to win the big one. And I'd win $400, but then I'd stay there until that was gone, and then I'd run up to the car and look for change.
In this week's season finale of W5, Victor Malarick investigates the dark and potentially devastating side of the drug Mirapex, and we're very pleased to have him in studio with us this morning. This is quite extraordinary.
Yeah, it's quite scary. You know, you think about some of these drugs that come out and they say, well, this is like a miracle drug. It really, really helps. And it does help some patients. But when the companies know that there are these dark side effects, where we ever stunned to see what we found out and the lives that it's destroyed.
We've got a clip here I want to play.
Do is stimulate this part up here, and part of this structure is more responsible for motor function, and part of it is more responsible for reward and motivation.
So it would be the one that says, go shopping like a maniac,
Yeah,
or
that's
eat
right.
like crazy, or go wild for sex.
That's right. It's the sex, drugs, and rock and roll center of the brain.
I didn't know that there was a center of the brain for sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Well, there is, and this drug apparently stimulates it to you know, an explosive level. And some of the people we've spoken to, you know, like shop till you drop, but the gambling is what's destroyed a lot of lives. And then the hyper-sexuality. You know, we have a woman on this story that, you know, she was going out and literally risking her life on the internet, meeting 5, 6 men a night and being beaten up and whatever, but didn't know what was behind this. I mean, a really upstanding upper middle class woman who just did not know. No one told her.
There's another clip you gave us, I think, from a U.S. lawyer who successfully represented American plaintiffs over this drug.
The evidence at trial was this drug was designed in such a way that it could trigger compulsive behaviors. The jury concluded, based on the evidence that they saw at trial, that the drug companies had willfully disregarded the safety of the patients that were taking Mirapex.
So in Canada, this drug is currently prescribed, is it?
Yeah, you know what? We've got a real serious problem in Canada. In the United States, the Food and Drug Administration has now started to warn people and whatnot. But here, you try to get an answer from the health minister, she hides. You try to go to the Health Protection Branch or Health Canada, they hide. And I'm wondering what they're hiding from. You know, when you know that something is seriously wrong, warn the Canadians who are taking this drug. And we have yet to find out what these people do in Ottawa in those big buildings and why they haven't warned Canadians.
Well, so, I mean, what's the current status of the drug in the United States? I mean, that's, you know, obviously a jurisdiction right next to us with, you know, we're very, very, very similar. So, I mean, if they've clearly got a warning down there, if they have lawyers who are representing people, why aren't we taking similar action on this side of the border?
Well, try to get an answer, but I mean, south of the border, there has been a big lawsuit. The companies knew well in advance what this drug can do to people. They didn't tell people deliberately, and now they're paying the price for it. But in Canada, I mean, just north of the border, what is going on here? And this is what is so frustrating as a journalist when you're going after Health Canada or the health minister, and none of these people come forward. It's as if these Canadians, these people who are on Parkinson's, don't matter to the government. So we're doing the warning.
Victor Malarick, season finale of W5. Good to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And W5's full investigation this Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Check your local listings or go to CTV.ca and find out where it's going to broadcast in your area.